Hello, my ever so patient, unconventional conventionalists, and welcome to another transition update for me, Batgirl. I know what you guys are probably thinking, like, didn't I miss some of these? Like, yeah, I did. My channel in general isn't as active as it once was, and there's a number of reasons for that. I will get into it, I will explain that, but first, I want to talk about the subject of this video, which is my transition. So, as of this month, September 2024, I am 9 years into my transition. I am almost at double digits, guys. I've been at this a long time. And I think I'm finally at a point where I'm like much more happy with my looks. Like I said before, that, I like my body more than my face because I have a jawline. But, those of you who've been following the channel long enough, you'll remember that my jawline used to be a lot worse than this. It used to be like straight up Lord Farquaad, okay? So, I really have to give credit where it's due that although it is still a little more edgy than what I like it to be, this has softened. Like, the HRT has softened this out quite a bit over the years. And, I'm still working out on a regular basis and building that muscle. Here's how that's looking. Yeah. My butt looks great. I got a real nice butt still. If anything, my butt looks even better because I'm really been hitting those squats hard. So I'm happy with how I look. And I feel pretty. I feel attractive. I feel sexy. And that's good. I really don't have the dysphoria with my looks that I used to have. And that's great. And that's the whole point of transitioning. So you're more comfortable with yourself. As far as getting misgendered, I live in Florida, which is a very red conservative state. I think I've mentioned before, like, the major cities are liberal, like Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Tampa. Like, all of those are like where all the liberal, Democrat leaning people are. The more open minded, the more, pro LGBTQ. They all live in the major cities, but all that rural area between those major cities, blood red magna, just fucking dumbasses everywhere. But surprisingly, I am rarely misgendered. Like, even people who come off to me as conservative, they get it right. They call me she, her. I'm sure it helps that at my new lifeguard job, I don't lifeguard at Disney anymore. I might have mentioned that at some point. But now I lifeguard for Marriott International. And the Marriott resort that I lifeguard at is very, very big. It is a massive, massive resort, and it has its own water park. And the rules are different. So, I wear a sports bikini on, like, pretty much all day. Like, the only time I get dressed is when I'm going back into the office or going into the hotel itself. If I'm, like, out in the water park, I'm just wearing a bikini. And, my curves are on full display. And I think that's a big part of why I don't get misgendered that much. Because people aren't so much looking at this, they're looking at this, and they're like, oh, okay, this has to be a woman, right? So, yeah, my roommates made a really good point. They said that the only people who misgender me now are the same ones who misgendered the Olympic boxer who actually was a cis woman. I forget her name. Like, she's from Austria, so her name, even if I looked at it right now, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But yeah, competing in the boxing sport in the 2024 Summer Olympics, and because she was born a woman, born with a vagina, but she had abnormally high testosterone levels, so there were some features on her that were slightly masculine, like a jawline. But, like, right away, just fucking billionaire dumbasses like Elon Musk and J.K. Rowling, they were like, oh, a man hit a woman. Why is this allowed at the Olympics? And they're like, no. And the rest, anyone who, like, even so much as typed her name into a Google search, like, took the 30 seconds to do that, would know she's not trans. And now they all look very stupid. So, yeah, I feel like I am kind of like. I feel like I could definitely pass as a cis woman who has testosterone, high testosterone levels, like the Olympic boxer from Austria. So that's been a really positive way for me to look at the whole thing. So that's really like all there is about my transition. But I wanted to talk a little more about some other things about what's going on in my personal life because I really haven't done that in a very long time. Um, First of all, if you've been on my Instagram or my Facebook, you already know this, but I haven't mentioned it on YouTube yet. My pet rabbit, Johnny Bravo, he passed away on May 14th. So it happened almost 3 months ago. It was really tough, but I mean, I kind of knew it was coming because, like, beginning of March this year, his health had been declining. In the span of 2 months, he had been to the vet 6 times, and his passing was the day after vet appointment number 6. I was home, I was here, me and my roommate, we had just moved into our new apartment, and I was setting my shit up, and I hear a loud bang from the living room space, so I run out there, and Johnny's having a violent seizure. So I go inside his pen, and I kind of just hold him, just so he doesn't hurt himself. Like, I hold him, like, not this, but, like, I hold him, kind of steady on the ground, just so, like you're supposed to do with somebody having a seizure. And, then he was just kind of laying there, gasping for air. And I told him, Johnny, it's okay. You can go. I don't want you to suffer anymore. You can go. And he went. Not even 30 seconds after I said that, he stopped breathing and he was gone. It's been hard. It's been really hard. I haven't gotten any more pets since Johnny. But my roommate, we did have a discussion, like it was shortly after Johnny's death. They did, sit down and have a serious discussion with me before doing it, and I did give my approval for it. We have a cat. Let me go get him. Everyone, I want you to meet Miko. So Miko is a gray tabby. He is 6 months old right now. When we got him, he was a little more than 2 months old. And he was itty bitty. He was like less than a quarter this size when we got him. He was a tiny little kitten. But now this is him. He's very sweet. He's very affectionate. He loves pets. He loves snuggles. My roommate is his daddy. I'm his auntie. We both love him very much. So, yeah. He's been helping. He's been helping cope with the loss of Johnny quite a bit. Because he's such a sweetheart. And even though he's technically not mine, I love him very much. Got any words for the viewers, Miko? Yeah? No? You're just gonna stare in the lamp? No? Okay. I guess he's camera shy. Honestly, it's been really hard just being trans lately. Just because of all the hate that's been in Florida towards the trans community, like all the other problems that are going on, like inflation, global warming. For some reason, conservative politicians think that transgender people are this country's biggest concern. Like, transgender people who are just literally just trying to exist and just do our own thing, are fucking public enemy number one, and it's so stupid. And the whole I did make a very long video about Senate Bill 254, which nobody watched. That's another thing. I really needed that video to blow up, and it didn't. So that was disheartening, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been so active on my channel over the past year. But yeah, it's never affected me directly per se, because my provider has always kind of planned ahead. So before that bill was passed last year, she wrote me my nurse practitioner wrote me a prescription for 1 year, and that started May 2023 and just ended May 2024. And perfect timing, because in May 2024, a few months ago, it was ruled by a judge that Senate Bill 254 is unconstitutional, and it was taken down. So once again, nurse practitioners could give prescriptions, and she prescribed me another year. And there was, we were happy, we were celebrating. If you're on my Instagram, I took a video of the email announcement, and I set it to "We Are the Champions" by Queen. So it was a really exciting, time. It was a really promising time. Things are turning around for us. And then Senator Death Sanshitz submitted the appeal. And for other states, when the senator submits the appeal, it's not really acknowledged right away. It could be years before it's even looked at. For some reason, of course, Florida, they look at it right away. And 3 months after the Senate bill was taken down, it was put back up. So now we have to wait for the appeal process to go through. And seeing how, it took almost a year to happen the first time, it's probably going to be another year. But I have another year's worth of prescriptions, so I'm good. But my trans sisters and brothers, I just really feel for them. And that they have to go through extra loopholes, to get prescribed from a doctor. And that's what my agency is doing. If they get new patients, they have a doctor come in maybe twice a month, I think, and come to the clinic specifically to write prescriptions. So, we're working around it. We found loopholes and we're exploiting them, and so far we've been pretty okay. But we shouldn't have to rely on loopholes to just exist, It's stupid. And that's been on my mind lately. And, there's another thing. Finding love has been very hard for me. I have been completely single for 6 years. I've been on a couple dates, but they were just first dates. There was never any second dates coming out of them. And, yeah, my last relationship was October 2018. And prior to that, my last really serious relationship ended in 2012. And that was my 7-year relationship with a former cosplay icon. She's kind of a washed up has-been now, but turn of the century, she was a big deal. But yeah, so she was the last time I was in a serious committed relationship, long term. Any relationships that came after that didn't last long at all. I think the average was 2 months, and like I said, the longest was 4 months. It's been hard, and I've been actively looking. I'm 38 years old. I'm not getting any younger. And it was my late 20s where I was fucking around. I was being a whore, fucking everyone. But I'm past that. Now I want to settle down. I want to find my soulmate. I want to have a long-lasting, healthy relationship where, you know, we mutually raise each other up. You're, you know, always complimenting and, you know, giving positive affirmations to each other. And, you know, if there ever is a disagreement, we can talk about it and work it out, you know. No yelling arguments or 3 or 4 day long silent treatments, you know, none of that bullshit. Just because there's been so many situations where, like, I'll be friends with someone and I catch feelings, and then it's like I tell them how I feel, or I don't tell them how I feel, and they figure it out themselves. And they just kind of like, they're either like, I only see you as a friend, I just want to be your friend, and in that situation, I have to respect it. And, you know, majority of my former crushes are my friends now. But in some cases, it's like, it's so stupid, and this is supposedly it's like a popular thing right now, which is, I don't know what's up with Gen Z and Gen Alpha of this shit, but like it's like taboo for friends to catch feelings. Apparently, like you have to immediately meet total strangers under the you know, impression that you're gonna date them. Like you have to date someone that you barely know. But like if someone you've known for a long time platonically catches feelings, you gotta drop them. You gotta like cut them off, and they no longer exist to you. And that is childish as fuck. Like, come on. Like, I don't understand the logic in that. Like, here's a person who already cares about you, already loves you, already, you know, has been there for you, and it's always been platonic, but like, you know they care. You know they love you. You believe that they love you. You trust them. So wouldn't it make way more sense to consider a relationship with this person that you already care about, trust, and love versus this total stranger who you don't even know? Like you've known for like a week and then you date them? That's stupid. But apparently it's the only way. Because my preferred method has not been working. I've been making friends and catching feelings for friends, and, you know, suggesting being more than friends, and the answer was always no. Always no. It's not working. So now I'm on Bumble. I made the account this morning. We'll see how this goes. There's a lot of cute girls on there. Don't get me wrong, it's just I've always been against dating apps because I'm giving Bumble a shot. I haven't matched anyone yet, but it hasn't even been a day, so I don't know, we'll see. But one more reason why I haven't really been active on the channel is just how YouTube is lately. I think I've mentioned this too. YouTube has gone very corporate. So many of the individual channels that used to thrive don't anymore. And the ones that do thrive are corporations. So, like, if my YouTube channel, if I was, like, going to make a career out of this, it would have already happened. It would have happened during the prime years, which I think were, like, 2014 to, like, 2017. But it didn't. So now it's very difficult for an individual to, you know, contribute enough of the algorithm. Like, you gotta fuck with shorts. I don't want to fuck with shorts. I'm not saying I'm going to stop YouTube. I'm not quitting YouTube. It's just I'm not as committed to it as I used to be. And there's still going to be videos on here, but honestly, you could probably expect maybe 10 to 15 videos per year, which is not a lot. So, yeah, that's just the way it is now. That's just where I'm at. But if you're still here and you're still sticking with it, thank you. I appreciate you. You know, you're a real one. You're a real unconventional conventionalist if you're still here on my channel after all this corporate takeover. But on the flip side, there is another video coming very shortly. Um, this Friday, 2 days from today, I am documenting opening night for SeaWorld's Howl-O-Scream. I've documented opening night for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal numerous times, but I kind of missed it this year. Like, I mean, I will go to HHN at some point during this season, but I missed opening night just because it was so early. It was the end of August, and I just got a lot of things going on, like with the haunt that I'm working at this season, Tales of Terror. I got that going on, so we're getting that set up. It's just a lot to deal with, but this Friday, documentation of Howl-O-Scream opening night, and I'm doing it with an amazing friend. She's someone that I've been wanting to be close friends with for almost 2 years now, and only like recently have we actually like really started hitting it off. But that's not all. After the following weekend is Ancient CityCon, which I am going to. Ancient CityCon is in St. Augustine, and I used to go to it like every year, but it's been a very long time since I went. I think the last year I went was like 2010. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm going with my friend Bex, who has been featured on the channel before. And the Saturday of ACC, I'm premiering a new cosplay. Your girl is gonna be Blitz from Hell of a Boss. The costume is almost finished. It's like at like 97% completion, so pretty much done. Just a few more tweaks here and there, and I'm really excited to premiere it. I'm really excited for you guys to see it because I'm going all out with this cosplay. But yeah, it's been a long video, but there's been a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of catching up. So if you have been listening to me babble on and on for the whole 20 plus minutes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. But that's it. That's it. That's my 9-year transition update. So until that Howl-O-Scream video comes out, I love you guys. Stay sexy. Keep on masturbating. Salute.